Let's talk Tanya for the 9th of Adar. We are in Tanya, we are in the middle of the larger discussion about joy. We are now going to start chapter 32, which is a break in the action, and this is a chapter that's going to talk about Avas Yisrael, the mitzvah to love every single Jew as we love ourselves. And then chapter 33, we're going to be going back to our discussion about joy. What's the connection between joy and Avas Yisrael? The answer is that yesterday we discussed that joy is a byproduct. It's a natural outcome of identifying with the godly soul. We explained identifying with the animal soul is the key to misery, and the path to joy is identifying with the godly soul, in which case we can take joy in a mitzvah, and there are also other forms of joy that come from identifying with the godly soul, as we will see in chapters 33 and 34. But as it turns out, actually, when a person identifies with their godly soul, there are actually two outcomes. Number one, as we discussed, is happiness. And the other outcome is, Avas Yisrael, is love, and a true love, kamoicha, actually being able to love every single other Jewish person as you love yourself. How is that? If I identify with my animal soul, with my, you might want to say my bodily identity, then every single person is a distinct person and separated, divided from everyone else. I'm not only talking about the fact that we're spatially divided. I occupy this space and you occupy that space. I'm talking deeper than that. At the core of my animal soul, at the core of my body, of my bodily identity is self. I wake up every morning thinking, I want, I need, I'm in the mood of, I like this, I don't like this, I'm tired, I am hungry. And the world essentially revolves around me. Everything is about me. Now you wake up every morning and you think everything about yourself. So in your estimation, the world revolves around you. So that means that we're inherently in conflict. When it comes to the most important thing at the very core of my being, me and you are in disagreement with each other. I think the world revolves around me. You think the world revolves around you. How can we ever really get along with each other? The only way that we can get along with each other is somehow or other you start orbiting around my world, meaning that I have some sort of benefit from you, in which case I will like you. If I have no benefit from you, I won't like you because I'm about me. So the body and the animal soul is the key to disunity. Essentially, even when I like someone, it's not essential unity with the other person. It's just that person, so to say, is being subsumed in my own self-love. I love myself, and if you're benefiting me, I love you. Why? Because you're benefiting me. But if you go and you ask the godly soul, what does the world revolve around? The answer is not me. The answer is God. So I revolve around God. You revolve around God. We're actually all on one team. We all have the exact same agenda, which is serving God and doing whatever God wants us to do, bringing the world to its intended place where God wants us to be. So we're one, we're united, we're essentially united in our mission, in our interest, in our goal. There's nothing dividing us. Add to that on a soul level, we are one. All Jewish people actually are one large soul, and each one of us is a different aspect of it. So if I identify with my soul, if I wake up in the morning and I'm not about me, but I'm about God, you're about God, we're all one with each other. If I wake up identifying as myself and I am about me, then I can only love people who acknowledge me and people who benefit me. So this is fascinating. It turns out that the way the Alter Rebbe, the way the Tanya understands Avas Yisrael, love of a fellow Jew, the way to love someone else is not about thinking about them and not about, oh, I don't get along with that person. Let me reevaluate the way I think about them. No, when you have a relationship issue, the way to deal with it is by reevaluating yourself. How do you view yourself? Are you a body? Are you a soul? Are you a godly soul or animal soul? And if you identify as the godly soul, then love is the natural outcome and the natural reaction to that. Now, this isn't about all or nothing. It's not, am I a soul or am I a body? Am I a godly soul or am I animal soul? As we know, all of us, we have both of those identities. And it's a question of a scale, a spectrum. Where am I? The more I am on the side of identifying with the godly soul, the more times a day that I spend focused on my mission in life, my purpose in life, what God wants of me, the more naturally I will have Avas Yisrael, love for every single Jewish person. On the other hand, if I am more on the animal side of the spectrum, obviously Avas Yisrael will become very difficult. So we improve our Avas Yisrael, our love for our fellows, by slowly transitioning and moving up that scale more and more identification with the godly soul. So, we love every single Jew. Am I allowed to hate another Jew? Is hate ever allowed? What about a person who's a really awful person? Am I allowed to hate them? That we will discuss in tomorrow's Tanya.